What's going on, No DQ Galaxy? We are the Ladies of NoDQ.com. I'm Cindy G. And as always, we have is Aaron with an E, y'all. And looks like we have one more person missing. Well, you guys, unfortunately, Caitlin is on vacation, so she definitely deserved to have, like, some time off in No DQ. But she's coming back next week, y'all, or whichever next video she'll be in.
And don't worry, we have her picks. So,
yes, Caitlin, have a great time in Cali. You're gonna love it. Anyway, so today's video by the time of the recording of the video, on Valentine's Day, we have is the predictions video for Elimination Chambers, which is going to be this Sunday, y'all. Before we get into the 7 matches, Aaron, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about this pay-per-view overall?
I would say I'm at about a 3 for it. I feel like there just was not enough time between the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber for them to build up really any interest for me in any of these matches. It just felt so rushed. I really think they should maybe consider getting rid of maybe a pay-per-view and maybe just do one in March so that it's not so... I mean, the Rumble's at the end of the January and then we're middle of February and here we are already again with another pay-per-view that nobody really cares about. So I like the idea of the Elimination Chamber, so maybe get rid of Fastlane because, that always tends to be one of the worst pay-per-views of the year, I always feel like.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you with the whole, pay-per-view situation. I feel that, we need to have one pay-per-view, right before Mania, in between Rumble and Mania, because I feel that, like you say, it feels completely rushed in, no time for, the whole build-up going on. And the fact of the matter is that, honestly, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate and hopefully no dislike, I'm scale of 1 to 10 wise, it's going to be a 1. Yes, this is the lowest score ever, rated for the pay-per-view, because you know what? I'm not that excited for this pay-per-view. And plus, I thought I had high expectation for the women's tag team championship match, the inaugural first ever women's tag team champion ever since the Glamour Girls, which is Judy Martin and Leilani Kai, were the final WWF women's tag team champion back in the late 80s. Now it's what the hell? I don't get it, but we're going to get into that later on because I'm just going to save more rants and all this crap going on. But anyway, now let's go ahead and start off with the prediction picks and all this good jazz. So anyway, there's no announcement of the kickoff pre-show, but I'm going to talk about this first match, which hopefully better not be in the kickoff pre-show, because if not, then I'm going to lose my crap. I know Noah Foster is going to be losing his crap too if we both find out it's going to be in the kickoff pre-show match, but hopefully this is going to be in the main card, which is going to be the singles match for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between the champ Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa. Now, a little bit of a rundown since I do watch 205 Live, hashtag 205 Live matters. Tozawa did beat the Fatal 4-Way not Elimination Chambers, my bad, for Fatal 4-Way Elimination match where he finally eliminated Cedric Alexander, which, thank God, and he earned his #1 contendership spot. And now that contract has been signing, and yeah, Tozawa did shoot some diss about Neville where he stated, "I beat the king of the Cruiserweight on Raw. Smile." It kind of explains it all, but to be quite honest, Tozawa as a #1 contender, it feels kind of like a relief, even though he did won the Cruiserweight Championship a couple months ago, but he did lose to Neville 6 days later, which is during the kickoff pre-show for SummerSlam. The reason why, because the whole situation with the whole Titus Worldwide, that's why they have to bring in more star powers for the Cruiserweight division. But anyway, Buddy Murphy, love his promo. I feel he's one of the top contender for being like a top tier in the Cruiserweight division. I'm going to go ahead with my pick. I don't see Tozawa to win the Cruiserweight Championship, but I'm going to say Buddy Murphy to retain a title. And hopefully I could think of three reasons. Number one, I feel that we might see a face turn between Tony's, maybe. Number two, Noam Dar being the next contender for Buddy Murphy. Or number three, which my buddy and I did talk about it back and forth, a possible Cruiserweight title match build-up that will lead up to WrestleMania between Buddy Murphy and possibly Brian Kendrick, because he's the only Cruiserweight roster that has like a kind of like a veteran standpoint. I mean, he was in WWE like in the mid 2000s, and plus he brought back his old gimmick and all, and he's now using his finisher, the sliced bread number 2, instead of his captain's hook submission finisher. But anyway, so Buddy Murphy to retain. What about you, Aaron?
I also picked Buddy Murphy. I don't really watch 205 Live. I don't really see anybody as credible enough to beat Buddy Murphy right now. Like, cause you heard when Buddy Murphy came into 205 Live, you heard about his matches, and you heard that he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. I haven't heard any of that since, Buddy Murphy got the title. So I'm going to stick with Buddy Murphy.
Agree. And who did Caitlin pick, Aaron?
Caitlin also picked Buddy Murphy.
All right, so all of us picked Buddy Murphy to retain, and yeah, that will make more sense even more. Again, I'm just hoping it better not be in a kickoff pre-show match, because if it does, I'm gonna lose my crap. Noah Foster, the simple man of no DQ, will lose his crap too. So hashtag 205 lives matter, y'all. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next match. So next up, it's gonna be the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between the current champ, Miz, which is The Miz, and Shane McMahon, versus the Usos. Aaron, who do you got?
I am going to pick Shane and Miz. McMiz sounds so stupid. I can't even say it. It's going to be Shane and Miz for me. I think they are eventually going to break up, and we will probably see them at WrestleMania versus each other. But so far, I don't really see any cracks in their relationship that make me think that they're going to implode on each other and lose this match. Plus, with the go-home show, the Usos, super kicked both of them down. So normally that means that team is going to lose. So I am going to go with Shane and Miz.
That's a very interesting pick, because I'm actually gonna, I was having like a huge reflection about it, because there has been a report about the Usos about to leave WWE very soon. And because of the whole like situation with how unhappy some of the WWE superstars are in the current state, like Revivals, Mike and Maria Kanellis, Rusev Alana, and lo and behold, Rusev is teaming with Shinsuke Nakamura. They're doing like a tag team dynamic as a heel, which doesn't make sense. Mike Kanellis is getting more TV airtime on 205 Live as the opportunist, even if he's going in the route of like a kind of like a frustrating, power-hungry winner, and as Maria as a kind of like his de-stressor. And you have is freaking the Revival as your new Raw Tag Team Champion, which, guys.
Thank God.
Okay, yeah. For me, I have mixed opinions about it, but oh well. But I'm glad Rude and Gable are no longer tag team champion. Thank God. But just want to rest aside.
I'm just glad we finally got to see some good tag team matches on Raw.
Oh yeah,
don't we deserve that?
Definitely. But yeah, FTR. Well, you guys can think of whatever FTR would say. Anyway. With that being said, because of what's going on with the Usos, and they just released their new t-shirt on WWE Shop too. So for me, I feel that because this is going to be probably a filler pay-per-view, there's got to be one title to switch. And I feel that the SmackDown Tag Team Championship should definitely going to switch. So I'm going to go with the Usos to be the SmackDown Tag Team Champion. And regarding what the whole Miz and Shane McMahon goes, their relationship wise, it's pretty weird, but I would see them, like, if the Usos win on the next episode of SmackDown, then have Miz and Shane kind of, like, argue back and forth and then hug it out, and then they could have the rematch against the Usos. So, and then what's gonna next? Storyline feud between Miz and Shane, and then have their feud at Mania. So, yeah, so you pick, of course, McMiz to retain. I picked the Usos. Who is Caitlin's pick?
Caitlin also picked Shane and Miz.
Interesting.
I won't be sad if the Usos win. I'd rather have the Usos win. I do. This tag team is so weird to me.
Exactly.
Miz as a face is weird to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just can't get behind it.
Exactly. I'm just waiting until one day Miz better go back to being a heel, because the new season of Miz and Mrs. will be on in April. So it's time for the Miz to get his heel gimmick with his whole Emmy-nominated TV show, and then all that, and then with Shane being a babyface. I cannot see Shane McMahon being a heel, because he's like the whole voice of reason of the McMahon family. Yeah. But that's how I see it, you know? But yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. I guess I'm like the only one that's choosing the Usos to be the SmackDown Tag Team Champion, but I don't know how the rest of the Team No DQ are, but yeah.
Well, point for you if they win.
Well, hope so. Alrighty. So, next up we have is NoDQ.com match between Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Let me go ahead and take a long sip. To quote Aaron Riff, I do not care about this match. I have little to no interest whatsoever. This is going to be a match that's just a 2 filler. And by the time of the recording of the video, it just announced that it's a no DQ match. Yeah, not looking forward to it. I have nothing to say too much, but I'm going to go with my pick. I'm going to go with Braun Strowman. And hopefully this match better ends in I would say 7 to 10 minutes. Aaron, who do you got?
I agree. I do not care about this match. Basically, it sounds like they made it a no DQ just to give Strowman more power to punish people, because, they got to build Strowman back up because they can't pull the trigger on him ever. So I also picked Strowman.
Awesome. And did Caitlin pick Strowman, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Awesome.
She did.
All right. Cheers to that. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to another match, which is another filler match, which is going to be the Raw Women's Championship match between the current champ, Ronda Rousey, versus Ruby Riott. And as a kicker, Charlotte Flair is going to be watching front row. Aaron, who you got?
Obviously, Ronda Rousey. I mean, there's no build to this match almost whatsoever. Wasn't the match announced on social media? Wasn't even announced on Raw. That's how little they care about Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey, introduced on social media. I honestly think Charlotte Flair being in the crowd is the bigger story here than the match itself. She's going to do something. I mean, I don't know. This match I don't care about this either. Ronda's going to win. Yeah,
I do agree as well, because the only way Ruby does vent her frustration is on social media. And I did see her post on Twitter and on Instagram that since Sarah and Liv had a match with Ronda, how come she didn't get a match with Ronda? And she kept complaining bit by bit, even though I do adore Ruby and, I stand behind her. But the way that they keep poking her is kind of lackluster into the extent. And then all of a sudden, you saw it on Twitter, WWE.com, Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship match. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is gonna be another filler match. So, yeah. So again, I'm gonna go with Ronda to retain the title, because they're just doing the whole setup with the whole situation with WrestleMania 35. And regarding with the whole Charlotte Flair situation, I mean, yeah, there's going to be a lot of boos going on because Charlotte's going to be there. And the whole situation about Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda, I'm very indifferent about it, because I do admit I did read Virtue's article on NoDQ.com. Go to the opinion section, by the way, and you'll find it. And he's actually right for that. They're trying to build like this whole plot of what's going on with Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte. Like, suspending Becky, bring Charlotte in as a replacement, and it's going to be a build for the triple threat match at Mania. It's possibly going to be a main event, which is going to be huge.
Yeah.
For WrestleMania, especially all of us, for the Ladies of NoDQ, just per se. Another history in the making, but yeah. So, again, I'm going to go Ronda to retain. Yeah, and that's about it, but yep.
Caitlin obviously also picked Ronda, so.
All right. Do you know how long this match is going to last?
I'm hoping they'll let Ruby Riott get like a decent showing so she doesn't get like completely squashed by Ronda.
Yeah.
I mean, some people who Ruby's definitely better than like Alexa Bliss and like Nia Jax got like decently length matches with Ronda. So I would hope they would at least give her that.
Agree. Yeah, especially the fact about the Riot Squad, like, they kind of been quote unquote buried like for these past couple of months lately. I mean, just give them a bit more of a shine. But we're just going to talk a little bit more later when we're talking about the first women's tag team Elimination Chambers match. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on here to another match that I don't really care about, which is the handicap match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship match, which you have the current champ, Bobby Lashley, and Lio Rush versus Finn the Fonz Balor. Yeah, I just really don't care this match altogether. I mean, they're just setting up for Finn Balor just to like give him like more shine on TV, even though I do like Finn Balor. I want him to succeed. I just wish he needed to have more edge to it, like he used to be in NXT. But now the current state of it, especially with the leather jacket, yeah, I'm not a fan of it at all. And Bobby Lashley as the IC champion, yeah, I'm very indifferent also, even though I don't like Lashley. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like Lashley. He's a very talented wrestler. But the only thing you need to get rid of is freaking Lio Rush. I mean, I guess you're just putting some more cruiserweight, someone from the cruiserweight division just to be in that match, but just to assist Lashley. So the way it's going to go for this match, I feel that, it's just going to be between Finn and Lio. And then once Finn was about to pin Lio, then you'll see Bobby Lashley kind of break in, and then you'll see he'll do like less of the work. You'll have Lio Rush doing more of the work, and then Lashley doing a bit of less of a work. And then 1, 2, 3, you'll see Bobby Lashley to retain the title. So I could see that going to happen. So I
agree. I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah. So mine is going to be Lashley. What about you?
I'm also going to go with Lashley. I think it's just going to be too much for Balor to handle between the two of them. Mm-hmm. I think you're actually right. That's probably the way it will go. He'll do pretty decent on Lio, and then, he'll hit the coup de grace, and then Lashley's going to come in and break it up and then beat him up and pin him, and that will probably be that.
Exactly. All right, we'll both go with Lashley to retain. And who did Caitlin pick?
Miss Caitlin went with Finn Balor. I'd rather see Balor win, but I just, with the 2-on-1 handicap, I think it's going to be too much for Balor.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Sorry, Caitlin. I had to take a long sip.
Unless someone comes out to help him, and I don't really know who his friends are right now.
Unless he
can help him.
Unless if he'll bring back the demon gimmick, but according to Aaron Riff, highly unlikely in all likelihood.
If they won't even bring it out at the Rumble, why on earth would they bring it out at Elimination Chamber for a match that doesn't even really... I guess it matters. It's the icy match, but it doesn't feel like it matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the whole build-up, and plus, like, with the whole pay-per-view that's in between, like, Rumble and Mania, and then another pay-per-view that is, like, 2 to 3 weeks away? But
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But, oh well, we'll see what's going to happen. Especially, at least it's like a difference with the points, of course. But
yeah.
Alrighty, so Now we're getting to the 2 Elimination Chambers matches. And I feel like the first one, even though I had high expectation, honestly feels not going to be the main event. So for the first Elimination Chambers match, it'll be the women's tag team Chambers match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. So you have is the team of Nia Jax and Tamina versus representing the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan runs, whatever, versus the team of the Mandy's Donuts, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
I saw those pictures.
I watched her.
I was like, oh.
I watched her YouTube channel on Sonya Deville's Sonya Deville's YouTube channel of their series, and yeah, best donuts ever in the States, but just the glazed donuts, yeah.
They just need to work at a donut shop, and then they won't want donuts anymore. Let me tell you.
Exactly. All right. Okay. We'll talk about it later. But let's see. Okay, Nia and Tamina, Liv and Sarah, Mandy and Sonya versus the Iconics versus Boston Hug Connection, which is Bayley and Sasha Banks, versus the Fabulous Glow, Naomi and Carmella. So according to our dear brother, friend, boss man, Aaron Riff, we're going to be picking not only the winner for each of the Chambers match, but also for who's going to be the first team / person to be eliminated first. Now, I said it in the beginning, I had high expectation, and it's complete crap. I'm going to have Aaron go ahead, who's your pick and all that.
All right. I'm going to pick Nia and Tamina. It kills me to pick them, but I'm going to pick them. Bayley and Sasha have to enter in first. I think it is going to be too much for them to end up overcoming. They have to stay in it till the end. I think it's going to come down to Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina. And I think it's just going to be too much with them having been in it since the very beginning. I think that's going to play a big role. I want Sasha and Bayley to win. I think they deserve it more than probably anybody. But I'm going to go with Nia and Tamina. And who I think is going to get eliminated first, I think is going to be Carmella and Naomi. I mean, they're not even actually a tag team, really. They're basically thrown together just for this match. That's how few tag teams SmackDown actually has.
Agree. I mean, we barely have any, women's superstar in the SmackDown brand. It's barely because, Charlotte and Becky, they're doing their own thing with, the whole, Ronda Rousey situation. Plus Becky getting, quote-unquote, suspended. But, she'll be back, y'all.
Right. Asuka's just MIA right now.
Yeah, as a SmackDown Women's Champion, and we're not sure who she's going to face, at Mania.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know. And then, what the hell they're going to do with Nikki Cross and Lacey Evans, for all it matters.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And Selena Vega, even though she's too busy managing Andrade. And then Lana, of course, the whole situation with Rusev and WWE. But, I don't know. I mean, fewer tag teams and all that. And then on Raw, I mean, there has been a lot of conflicted report about Sasha Banks' injury, whether or not she's going to be able to compete or not. But after, so many condescending reports that WWE made it clear, of course, condescending as always, that Sasha is medically cleared to wrestle. Even though I feel that they're going to be protecting Sasha more, even though Bayley and Sasha are enter first, you know that they're just going to be teaming together just lightly and then have the rest of the team duke it out for that. And regarding with the whole Nia and Tamina, I mean, I know some people are expecting them to win, especially for Tamina. She never had a title win ever since she debuted, I would say, the mid-2000s. I mean, she was, in a number one contender spot for, the Divas title. And I don't think she competed for anything that is the women's title, for all it matters. But, even though I'm going to have mixed feelings about Nia and Tamina winning, but I'm going to be happy more for Tamina. Because she definitely...
I can see that.
Yeah, she definitely deserves to win and all that. And Nia, yeah, even though I do admire her, what she is doing, but not everything creative and all that. But for my real true pick for who I think is gonna win this match, well, I want Bayley and Sasha to win. This is like a very hard decision to make.
It was hard. I had a hard time with this one too.
Exactly. I don't know what it is. I just feel that something is gonna happen. Especially, even though they have more women's tag team in the Raw brand and less on SmackDown, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to choose Nia and Tamina there. I mean,
it was hard. I was really torn between Sasha and Bayley and Nia and Tamina. It's really hard. I could see them going either way. It would be really sweet, though, if Sasha and Bayley win it from them at WrestleMania.
That would be a good moment. That would make more sense, because as of now, like, if they're going to have a match at Mania, and then Sasha and Bayley beat Tamina and Nia, there you go. And then the whole storyline with the MMA 4 Horsewomen versus the WWE 4 Horsewomen.
Yeah.
There you go. So I think it would be making more sense. So I choose Nia and Tamina. Like I said, I want Tamina to have first freaking title win, even if it's a tag team title. Now
title's a title.
Yes. Now, for the team of who's going to be eliminated first, it's going to be easy. I'm just going to say the Iconics. I mean, they always get eliminated first. Yeah, there's no hope for them. Oh, well. Anyway, and who is Caitlin's pick, and who's the first
Caitlin, to win, she picked Sasha and Bayley.
Okay.
And then to get eliminated first, she did Naomi and Carmella.
Excellent. So, well, we'll have to find out, but I just hope this tag team elimination chambers match better be outstanding to the expectation, especially this is very historical for like the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team title, even though, like I said, the last women's tag team champion was in the late 80s, the Glamour Girls, Judy Martin and Leilani Kai. Just saying, y'all. Now, anyway, we're going to go on to the final main event card here, which is going to be the Elimination Chambers match for the WWE Championship match, which you have is the current champ, the new Daniel Bryan, versus AJ Styles, versus Jeff Hardy, versus Randy Orton, versus Samoa Joe, versus, representing the New Day, Kofi Kingston. Now, originally, y'all, it was supposed to be Mustafa Ali in the Elimination Chambers match, but due to the injury that's happening, I believe was at the house show.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Too.
Yes. So, unfortunately, he's not medically cleared to compete in the Elimination Chambers match. So to replace him, they have Kofi Kingston, and I'm very happy that he's definitely going to be in a Chambers match. I'm looking forward to the more Kofi Kingston moment, like in the Royal Rumble, like he did for like the past couple years since being in WWE. And yeah, so far, I'm kind of like 50-50 on it, but I know for a fact that I'm glad the WWE Championship match is in the main event. I don't know when is the last time did any of the WWE Championship match was main eventing at a pay-per-view, because normally it's a freaking either the Universal Championship match or anything that is like Braun Strowman or John Cena or whichever top star that's competing.
Yay! AJ gets the main event.
Yay! Yay! And well, Daniel Bryan did main event as Survivor Series, so yeah. And so yay! Finally, AJ and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
And Kofi Kingston. And Randy Orton. Well, it's been a while. It's been a minute since he competed in main event. But anyway, now I'm going to go ahead with my pick. I feel this is just going to be another filler win for this match, even though it's going to be amazing. I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan to retain the title. So for the first person to be eliminated first, Well, this is going to be another hard pick to make. And you know what? I say screw this. The first person that's going to be eliminated, it's going to have to be Samoa Joe. I'm sorry to say it, but Joe, because we just got to protect Samoa Joe. He better not get hurt so that we can have his WrestleMania match very soon, because he never competed in WrestleMania.
Oh, that's true. He was hurt for the last two, so.
So, yeah, WWE is definitely going to protect Joe big time, so he should be the one that eliminated first. Aaron, who's your pick?
I am also going to go with Daniel Bryan. You know, they just debuted that new belt, and there's no way they're going to take it off of him. Like, I mean, why even do it if you're going to, like, take it off of him 2 weeks later?
I know.
Makes
that
no sense.
Exactly. Like, that hemp title, which, yeah. I feel that hemp title is not going to, like, change or anything like that.
Yeah, we've got to have it around for a little bit. So.
Exactly. And making more jokes about hemp and whatnot.
It's okay. I like getting lectured. It's kind of interesting because I listen to Danny Bryan lecture me, and then my phone comes up on Facebook with all these environmental stuff. So, you know. I really liked what they did with Kofi on Tuesday, too. I thought they made him look really strong, and they made him look like he belonged in this main event because, you know, he wasn't supposed to be in it, so they had to do something to make him look like he belonged, and I really think that they did. First out, I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy.
Okay, not bad. All right. And who is Caitlin's pick?
Caitlin to win also picked Daniel Bryan, and first out, she also picked Jeff Hardy.
What a coincidence. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised that Jeff Hardy's going to be eliminated first, but it does make sense, but I don't know. We'll have
I think it'd be funny if it was Randy Orton. That would just crack me up. After he literally was out for like 30 seconds, then he's the first one in the chamber. I don't know. It would just make me laugh.
Oh my God. I was thinking about that earlier, but I was like, well, I don't think it's going to happen because I want him to be eliminated first, but it's like, it's not going to happen. So that's why I just choose the next best thing, Samoa Joe.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Joe either. They're always screwing Joe over.
Exactly. So. And then I have like a feeling we're going to see another like AJ and Daniel Bryan facing off like when they're like the final two. Like,
I guess I don't mind it so much that it's in the chamber and it like took a while to get down there. I just don't really want to see AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan again.
Yeah, me too.
Like, because will they go to WrestleMania after that, or will they fight at Fastlane? I just don't really want to see it again.
I just don't care anymore. Have them fight at Fastlane. Save some later for Mania, like
something new and fresh for WrestleMania.
Yeah, like hopefully Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan. If Kevin Owens turns face,
I still liked your idea about Rey Mysterio. I want that to happen.
Me too. Hopefully, it will happen, but I don't know. I just like something tells me we're probably going to see Rey Mysterio versus Andrade at Mania, but I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna have to let's just wait like everybody else and see, but. Yeah. Alrighty. So that is it for the predictions video for Elimination Chambers. Thank you so much for watching. Before we go, we're going to give our plug/promotion. So yeah. Anything you want to promote, Aaron?
I'll just do my Twitter real quick. NoDQ.com/Aaron.
All right. And guys, make sure to follow me at NoDQ.com/Cindy. That's going to take you directly to my Twitter page. Also, make sure to follow me at simply_stay_okay, where I post landscape and wrestling photo arts, and also Instagram story of my selfie drink for what I've been drinking in a day or whatever. Like today's drink. This is the honey citrus mint tea, aka the cold buster, aka the medicine ball, even though it used to be in the secret menu, but it's now in the menu, so yeah. And also make sure to follow my personal YouTube channel at simply_stay_okay, and on my second YouTube channel with my buddy Brian Isidro and Tyler Coles at Tyson Popping Production. And also do not forget to please go to NoDQ.com/shirts That'll take you directly to the Pro Wrestling Tee store, so you can find anybody's shirt and the NoDQ.com shirts, like the panel, review, debate. I am the troll of NoDQforums.com, and everybody's t-shirt, like the Ladies of NoDQ.com t-shirts, Jeff Meacham, Interstate Kyle, Virtue, TJS, Jeff, Kayfabe Candy Ass, David Diaz, Stephen Osborne, and etc. And especially I'm wearing the Pennsylvania Sensation Greg Cherry because he recently won the Wrestling Trivia Challenge. And by the way, bygones be bygones, y'all. Greg and I are cool, even though he put me as the worst Wrestling Trivia Challenge in history. But hey, past is a past, y'all. And yeah, so anyway, y'all, do not forget to go to Spotify.com, type in hashtag Team NoDQ, where you guys can find any of our favorite playlists all in one, so you guys can listen to our favorite songs, where we added and whatever. It's a big library, y'all. But yeah, and also, again, make sure to follow everybody on NoDQ.com, as I mentioned it before. And do not forget, y'all, make sure to check out NoDQ.com for all the latest news in WWE and other wrestling-related news. So, yeah. Anyway, for the Ladies of NoDQ.com, I'm Cindy G. This is Erin, and Caitlin is in California, y'all. Enjoy your vacation.
Spirit.
Yes. Alrighty, and hope you guys have a very lovely Valentine's Day, and take care. Cheers, y'all.
Bye.